So we have a lot going on back here. We have this little house in the corner of our backyard, and we want to get rid of it because, well, not get rid of it, we want to repurpose it because we don't have kids right now and it's just taking up a lot of space. So we're actually going to cut it down and hopefully be able to repurpose it and turn it into a garden bed. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. All right, so about 1 hour later, or 40 minutes later, I feel like, we have taken off the first 2 layers of this house. They definitely used whatever they had available. A lot of nails for sure. So this is a dump pile because it has like mold and stuff like that. And then this is wood that could most likely repurpose and use for the garden bed. So yeah, I definitely had to spray because I think there's like an ant house somewhere in this area, because when we lifted this section here, they just dispersed. So in order for us to be able to take this down and not have to worry about that, I did have to spray. So that is how it's looking now, but you can definitely tell all the layers to this house. Hopefully we can take the roof off in one piece just to kind of avoid having to deal with all the little pieces, but that's what we thought about the walls, and that wasn't the case. So we will have to continue on another day, maybe tomorrow for another hour, and then hopefully by the end of this week we can have this down and start with the garden bed. Okay, do you want to see the most creepiest thing ever? So we're taking off the pieces of wood in the inside of the house, and look what the frick we found. Like, what is that? We took one of the wood pieces off and then we saw that. That is so freaking creepy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're just about to cut the roof off. We've exposed the top just because since we have to cut into the 4 corners, we wanted to make sure that we weren't going through any nails, because that will ruin the machine. So there's a nail right there. So yeah, so this is what we have so far. This is the inside of the house. And we gotta get rid of that window and this window, probably use it for something else, but so far this is what we have, and we're going to try to just cut the posts in a way where we can essentially lift the roof and take it off. Update time. So we have officially taken off the roof. My husband and my sister-in-law's fiance, they were able to take off the roof. Apparently it is super heavy, so here it is. This is the update. We got to get rid of all that wood, or at least the top of it, because the bottom pieces are still good. But that is what it's looking like now. And still debating on whether or not we should still use the frame, just cut it about there and make the garden bed in that square, or if we should just take everything down. It's just we're not sure what's underneath the house, so that's a bit of a problem, just in case something is underneath or we have to fill or whatever, because we did have some skunk problems before. But yeah, so this is the whole area that we will hopefully be able to make cute. Maybe have the garden bed more in the middle, like if we do end up using the house, or further back or whatever. But anyways, this is the progress, and here's the roof. We also just got the trailer, so we're gonna be able to put stuff into the trailer. It's pretty big, so I think it'll fit enough stuff for the little house, so that's what we're gonna do next. All right, so next update is we were able to take apart the roof. Well, we meaning my husband. And we are now going to transfer these two pieces onto the trailer because I don't want it to be on the grass for too long and my dog wants to come out and run. So we are gonna try to get this out of the way. That way it's cleared. My poor doggeroony. He wasn't able to come outside because we had the stuff out, but now he's able to run around. Yippee yippee, it's so exciting. All right, so we finally took away the roof. As you see, it left a patch in the grass, so hopefully that grows back okay. And I am gonna try to repurpose this wood. It's pretty decent, but I'll have to figure out what to do with it, if I just use it as the border to cover the plywood or something. But tomorrow, hi buddy. But tomorrow we are gonna cut it halfway, so right where you see that cut there. And yeah, so the sun's about to go down, although in the camera it looks like it's middle of the day. But yeah, I'm excited. It's coming together little by little and I'm looking forward to seeing what this turns into. Yeah, well, we did with what we had, right? So, oh guys, I'm so excited. Look, the top's off. So this is basically like the size of the garden bed for now. We're just trying to figure out what supplies we need. So the bottom of this is actually hollow. So underneath is soil and there's just the wood planks. So I think that will be enough for the drainage. I'm not sure. I just obviously don't want to put the soil underneath lift the wood, put soil underneath, because I want to kind of prevent some of the weeds. So I think this will be a good alternative. And then, whoops, I almost fell. And then we're just going to buy a few things. So we're gonna head out right now because I do want to line this and all of that. My husband said don't mind his uneven lines, but we did what we could because a lot of the sections had this piece of steel, so it was hard to just do like straight cuts because you kind of had to dodge some of the nails and some of those plates and stuff. So anyways, good job, babe. We did it. I mean, you did it. But yeah, I'm excited. Now it's all coming together and now I just have to kind of decide how I want it to look and what supplies we need. So that's where we're at now. Okay, so we went to Home Depot quickly and this is the fabric that I'm going to use for the bottom of this, just so that no weeds grow from underneath the house, just because I did see some plants. So this is what I will be using. It's just like a fabric and yeah, so hopefully that will help for the bottom. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. I put the plastic around the frame and then this is the mesh. I'm gonna make sure that the mesh goes all the way up or even over the lip. I'm gonna try to figure that one out because obviously I want the soil to stay in the mesh part, fabric part. So yeah, so this is where I'm at. We'll see if this works out. I just realized that I probably should be letting my camera roll as I'm doing stuff, but I don't know how much people want to see or if this is something simple to do. So if you want me to go into more depth, I could do that in a separate video of questions that people had in regards to how I made my garden bed. But anyways, I digress. So this is what I have so far. We cannot put a piece here yet because we have to secure that piece of wood to the frame, just because we have to actually make this part, because this is where the door was for the shed or the little house. So I ended up putting the fabric over top of the frame where the plastic was and then just have it hang over a little bit, and then I put just little nails just as support, and I just put these pieces of wood over top because just overnight this is all I can do today. So I secured it here and then I just overlapped them a bit, so here the mesh is a little higher, so that's where I'm at. And then for the bottom part I'm gonna put maybe 1 or 2 pieces. I don't know how much one strip will cover in regards to the width, but yeah, let me get out of here for a second, give you a overview. So this is what it looks like so far. I am so excited. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought too, which is kind of nice. I mean, the hot peppers tend to grow quite a bit, and so do tomatoes, so I definitely have to be strategic on how I plant them or where I plant them. Some of them will obviously need a stake, something to grow on. So anyways, this is what I have so far, and this is all the wood that we have that's pretty good. So we just have to use the plywood over top of this maybe, and then I just have to finish up the frame. But yeah, I'm so excited. Like I said, I don't know if people have specific questions and stuff like that, but I am just really excited to get this thing going. I mean, I keep saying that throughout the whole video, but you're getting the vision, which is nice. I'm able to see what this is going to look like, and we obviously have a bunch of plants and weeds around. We are also getting the fence done this coming week, so that will be exciting too. It's going to look all new and nice. So just again, this is where we're at. So this fence is actually going to look like this fence, basically. So yeah, this is where we're at. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, you guys, I don't even know if I want to put this in the video, but it is just about to hit 10 o'clock, and we are out here filling up the garden bed. I'm just trying to turn up the brightness too, because it's supposed to rain the next few days, and we have not filled up the garden bed yet. And what I don't want to happen is have water sit in there, because there's nothing in there right now, and then it's just going to sit at the bottom, because the bottom has wood and then there's like plastic underneath. Not plastic, but like garbage bags, because again, this was a house, right? So we are gonna fill this up right now. My husband just cut up some branches or whatever's in there. So we're gonna try to fill up some other stuff. We have some stuff here at the side of the house that we are gonna use. There's like a dead tree, and there's some mulch and stuff, like twigs in this garbage bag, and then this soil we'll try to take out as much as we can right now, because again, we have no light, but we do have to try to get rid of this stuff before it rains. That way we can take advantage of the rain as well. And then if we go to the other side of the backyard here, I can give you an update, because I may have showed you a clip. This part may actually be in the video where I'm actually doing the garden bed. So you'll be seeing this maybe in both videos, or I'm going to take the clips and put them in both. But this is where we're at so far with filling it up. And then what we're going to do is use wood to kind of frame out the box so that it looks a little better. And then I have the green fencing, plastic fencing, and we have a tarp just covering the wood, but we have a bit more soil, and I think this should be enough. So I have the all-purpose garden soil, and then I just grabbed randomly when we were at Lowe's, because we ended up going to Lowe's again because I had a return that I need to do. So we grabbed 2 of those black earth bags. But yeah, so this is the update on the garden bed. I figured I might as well show you as well the plants that will be going into the garden bed. So here are our pepper plants. Don't mind this. I still have to clean it up. But yeah, so this is jalapeno, that's going to go into the garden bed. And these 2 are habanero plants, and then these are tomato plants that we're going to transfer. So I got to move these to the garden bed. Oh guys, I'm sweating. So I just went to town with moving all of those soil bags. They're gone. Nick's on a walk with Jameson, so I don't know. I don't know if I was just like working quickly or if they're like gone for a while. I don't even know what time they left. He usually takes a hour walk in the afternoon. So anyways, all the plants are in the garden bed, and I haven't actually planted the peppers yet, so the habanero and the jalapeno, but I did already pot up the tomatoes. Hopefully I gave them enough space. I think it's supposed to be 2 feet. So basically it's 3, 3, and 3 plants. I'll show you. So here we have the tomatoes. So there's cherry tomato and there's like the big tomato. I don't know, my neighbor gave me these 4. And then because the sun rises this way and then goes down, or you know, sets in front, so this box is kind of like on an angle. So I figured, because I know that the tomatoes tend to grow big, it wouldn't really matter if they're here because the fence is beside it anyway, so they'll get most of the daylight and afternoon light. And then I'm waiting on, oh, I almost fell. I'm waiting on planting the peppers because the jalapeno or the habanero, they tend to grow bigger. One tends to grow bigger and one tends to grow bushier. So I just have to double check with my husband because he's the one that keeps track of that stuff. I think the habanero is the one that really branches out. So I think that's the one that needs a bit more space. And then the jalapeno is the one that will grow taller, and the peppers will have enough space because it's more of a taller plant versus a bushier plant. Last time we put the habanero in a recycling container, it grew huge, like big, bushy, so many peppers. So I think I just answered my own question. So I'll wait for him just so that he can experience some of the planting part of this. Oh gosh, I'm so sweaty. I have like soil everywhere. Well, I think he just got home. But anyways, that's where we're at. And the next piece, I'll have to wait for my husband to move on to the next step. All right, so just a little update. We planted the peppers and now we are just framing off the bed here. Looks really nice. So again, we are reusing wood from the house that was here. And yeah, it's working out where we can kind of see the vision. The wood looks nice versus, you know, seeing obviously the mesh or the plastic. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, all right folks, I think this is where we're going to pack it up for today. But look at this. If this is not what you call repurposing, reusing, I don't know what is, but wow. Look at that. How awesome is that? So we decided to go zigzag, and then just so that you don't see the piece that we have to cut as much. So kind of like that brick type of pattern. And then we'll cut the pieces that we still need. But yeah, and then I have to figure out what to do with the top, just because obviously I don't want you to see the piece here. So yeah, but that's where we're at. And everyone's planted for now. And yeah, I probably need to plant one more plant there. But yeah, I am so happy with this. I love it. All right, I think this is going to be the last update of the garden bed, but here she is. We added more rocks in the front here. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do around it. We got the fence up. That's why it looks a bit different. So this is, I think, the week after the last clip, because we had the fence done last week. So we had to kind of get rid of some of these plants over here, but hopefully they'll come back because they were like hostas and stuff like that. Added more rock over here. But yeah, so here she is. We ended up using the wood to go around the sides, so it's framed out nicely. I'll actually give you an update of the plants as well. They're doing really good. And then this side. And the plants are loving it. We actually already have jalapenos right there. You see one there. You see a bunch over here. So that's a good sign that the plants, you know, didn't go into shock when we transplanted them. We have cherry tomatoes, and then we have some bigger tomatoes back here. So that's exciting. I mean, the tomatoes are taking over, to be honest. The habaneros have not pushed out any peppers yet, which is kind of odd. It's a little late. I mean, you see a little one here growing, but oh, actually no, there's some. Look, there you go, another one right there. But I mean, I feel like in the past summers the plants were already booming, so I think there was a little bit of a late start because of the weather, the cold, and all of that. So it didn't really get warm until like maybe a month ago. So I have an idea of adding some sort of ledge or shelf or basket here. That way when I'm out here pruning, watering, you know, cleaning or whatever, I have a bit of a shelf here. So that's something I have in mind. But other than that, there she is. And it's quite big. It's a lot bigger than we expected. Or it's a lot bigger or more spacious than we expected. Because obviously we knew the size of the house, but we weren't too sure how many plants or how it was gonna look. So there you go. I love it.